Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Holotide here, and these marathon leaks are going crazy right now. There was an event in China for marathon, which I think is showing that Bungie does plan for this game to be like a global community. And quite honestly, if you can convince that community in China that the game is good and something they want to play, man, you are set for the next decade. But before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you for all the support recently. I mainly cover Halo stuff, but Marathon has been a game that I've been looking forward to for so long. There were some dark times, but it seems like Bungie has corrected and people are actually getting excited. And if you're one of those people, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Trying to hit 25,000 subs this year. If you love Halo content, if you love Marathon content, make sure you subscribe. Leave a like on the video because it greatly helps me out. And comment down below if you're excited. Obviously, I will not be showing like any of the leaked stuff from this event because I don't want the video to get flagged. But we got a lot of information. Reddit and Twitter, tons of posts about it. So something that was super important to me was the narrative, the storytelling, the world building of Marathon, because the lore of that universe is something that I hold near and dear to my heart, and I was super sad that this game wouldn't have like a traditional campaign, and I was just hoping that there was going to be some way that they kind of keep the story progressing or tell a story in this world. Now it looks like those fears that I have are on the back burner now. One participant said they were blown away from the expanded world building and narrative. There's tutorial and faction intros that will give you clear motivations for those factions. Dr. Strauss is even in the game, which if you know the original Marathon lore, big deal. If you don't, you need to go check out Jake the Allright. My man is up to date with the lore and Dr. Strauss. Another issue that people had with the alpha and playtest was that the PvE side of things was just not hard. It was not challenging at all, and that seems to be fixed as well. They said that AI is constantly calling in reinforcements, so you don't just like run through the map and then like a section, there's just nothing there. There's no AI PvE stuff. Like they will constantly be refilling those parts of the map. Something that we've known about before was environmental hazards like poison gas and stuff like that, so that's also there. With turrets and landmines everywhere, so I already know I'm gonna break my keyboard when I walk on a landmine and lose all my stuff. Another comment was that meds and shields are expensive to buy from vendors, and by the end of the play session, that reviewer could not even afford them unless they sold everything. And I don't know if that's a skill issue or if it was just for that person, but we'll see what the full game is like in terms of the economy and healing and stuff like that. Something that I'm looking forward to is PvP. You know, I love Halo, I love arena shooters and multiplayer like that. That's always the focus of my play time. And I've been worried about how PvP in Marathon was gonna go. But this person says that early combat or PvP is almost guaranteed to be a net loss, and that there's gonna be little to no player cooperation. So unlike Arc Raiders, and says that every enemy player is a loot pinata. So it does seem like PvP, at least in the beginning stages, is just like, you might not want to go searching for that. But just know that when you guys drop in, not everybody is your friend and trying to help you out. The UI has seen a massive overhaul, but some of it is still awkward. I think for me, like UI and UX design in video games has been awful recently. You know, the Hulu tile ad kind of stuff. I hate it. I miss the old days, but it's looking like, you know, they're working on updating the UI and stuff. In-game visuals have seen a massive upgrade. We've all seen some more of the Bungie Vidoc stuff and how the game is looking now, and obviously it does look better. The only thing that I think that really needs like maybe another pass, but I just don't know if there's enough time, is like character models. Some of them seem a little bit more, you know, just not as high quality as like the environments. Another key thing was that environments are giving off a much darker and mysterious tone. Thank you. More of that. The world is so bright with the like faction stuff like New Caloric and Cyber Acme and all that stuff. Like all the human stuff is so bright and colorful, but to have that contrast of Tau Ceti being dark and mysterious, give it to me. They say that skill distribution across all classes is fairly balanced, meaning that you can have team compositions that are flexible. The cosmetic shop and battle pass were unavailable at the event, but each runner has 6 base appearances tied to each faction, 28 guns, and each has 2 or more skins already, with some altering the weapon model. That's probably how they're going to maximize the microtransactions and making money on this game. Each gun has 1 charm slot and 3 sticker slots, where you unlock that stuff by completing challenges. As with anything leak, until it's official, it's unofficial. But some of this stuff really has me excited, I'm not gonna lie. The things that I was having issues with are things that they're seemingly fixing. We're looking forward to that open weekend where you guys can all play. It'll be my first time playing Marathon. Again, I don't know if this game is going to be for me or not. I haven't been in any of the playtests and stuff. Like I said, PvP is more my focus, and thinking of Halo and things like that. Not so much an extraction shooter type of thing. Also, if you guys aren't keeping up to date with like the playtests and stuff, a lot of people know that the State of Play is happening in a couple of days, so Sony's gonna go up there and be like, Marathon, blah, blah, information and everything. People thought that the playtest, the open weekend, would be this immediate weekend. I'm not so sure I believe that. I think it's gonna be next weekend, but we shall see. Obviously, I'll make a video covering that. I plan on streaming. Make sure you guys follow the Twitch account. Also, check out our Discord. Hang out with people there. You can hang out with me. But yeah, if you're looking forward to it, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, all that cool stuff, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace!